From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio.
I walk in shadows. No one ever sees me. I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare out my window. I feel just like a ghost that you walk right through. I feel like a shadow. I just wanna know, am I insane? I just wanna know, am I insane? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare out the window. I just wanna know, am I insane? I sit in silence. Nobody can hear me, not even when I'm crying. I need someone to save me. I never know which road I'm supposed to take. Every choice I make gives me headache. I feel just like a ghost that you walk right through. I feel like a shadow. I just wanna know, am I insane? I just wanna know, am I insane? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare at the window. I just wanna know, am I insane? Am I insane? Am I insane? Am I insane? I sit in silence. Nobody can see me. Nobody can see me. I wonder, can you hear me? I just wanna know, am I insane? I just wanna know, am I insane? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare at the window. I just wanna know, I just wanna know, am I insane? I just wanna know, am I insane? I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare at the window. I just wanna know, am I insane?
You're listening to Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your hosts, Benny Wilson and Thomas Christian.
Good evening, and welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. Tonight, I'm want to talk about is something that just caught my attention so much that I said to myself, I gotta make a show out of this. Well, tonight, actually today in the morning, I happened to leave from Los Angeles to another place where I met this interesting gentleman. He is a survey taker, and basically he's also a psychologist. And he specializes in social psychology. And the way he does is that he collect the thinking, the unified thinking based on fear, on thought, etc., through the internet, and many surveys that actually he does in the city of Los Angeles, and he also have some people that are actually helping him out in New York, Florida, and Texas. So when he gets this collecting information and data, he goes and sells this data to newspapers or shows, and basically what he does is basically he gives the media a trend that they use it to their favor. Actually, the media or whatever company pays them use this information to basically either to kill the trend of thinking or to enhance the trend of thinking, meaning that let me just give you an example. For example, in the liberal media, one of the trends, the biggest trends that they actually promoting over the internet, over the media, over the television and radio is that the trend of thinking that Donald Trump is a traitor and Russia was behind the whole thing about his election. And why did they do that? Well, they do that because they need to actually feed up people with garbage, where things that basically their intentions are to kill the image of Donald Trump. That's it. We haven't seen any concrete or solid evidence that actually that happened. So that will give you an idea how this gentleman provide me with the latest collection of thinking of people. Now, let me remind you that this collection or collective consciousness, as I call it, it changes all the time. It can change from one day to another day. But so far, the latest data that I got from this guy is like this. It has 4 trends. Between those 4 trends, I will basically name you those 4 trends and I'll tell you why it makes a lot of sense. It just called my attention because on the number 3 and number 4 and number 3, it just called my attention a lot. And I will also give you, but before I tell you that what it is, let me just give you the definition of what is collective consciousness. So according to collective consciousness, the meaning of collective consciousness or collective conscious or collective conscious is a set of shared beliefs, ideas, and moral attitudes which operates as a unifying force within the society. Let me give you an example. When Donald Trump ran for president of the United States against Hillary Clinton, the collective consciousness on that time, according to his survey, was that Hillary Clinton was going to win. That was the collective consciousness, that Hillary Clinton was going to win. And the interesting part of this collective consciousness survey, as he explained it to me, he said that many of the collective consciousness or thought are based on fear. Most of the time are based on fear. And not that actually can affect the reality, in our reality, but can also bring us to another level, which is even worse, the deception. We know what happened when Donald Trump won. And the great majority of the people who were actually waiting for Hillary to win, they have collapse of consciousness. They have fear, they have panic, they have chaos. It was shown all over the internet. You can see that on YouTube. So he was explaining to me all these things and factors that really caught my attention. I said to myself, I got to make a show out of this because he called me and he told me about this trends that are actually in this amazing. Just let me go through that list. In the number 5. The number 5 trend right now, and let me assure you that this happened. The number 5 on number 5 place. Before it got to be in the number 5 place, it was in number 1. So it dropped from number 1 all the way to number 5. Okay, so the number 5 trend of fear of thinking, a collective thinking of the people, according to his research and his studies, the number 5 collective consciousness was the Donald Trump assassination. Now, let me remind you, according to his information, he told me that back when Barack Obama got elected, his first 4 months, the collective consciousness was the same. Most of the people feared that he was going to get assassinated. For 2 reasons. One, because he promised change, and we all know that change never came. And number 2, because he was so-called black. So that didn't happen. It was based on fear. So number 5 right now is Donald Trump assassination. And according to his information, is because people are feared because he actually bringing changes, and they are afraid that the cabal will actually kill him. And the number 2, because most of the liberals, they want him out. Most of the people who actually don't like his changes, they want him out. So that trend is based on fear. And the number 4 consciousness or trend within, in his research, this is where it calls my attention. The number 4 is financial reset or financial collapse. Now, why is it that over 100,000 people believe that the financial collapse, there's an imminent financial collapse? Is it based on fear or is it based on knowledge? And according to his information, 75 people are basing that thought and that trending in knowledge. Meaning because we are too much in debt, the economy is not moving up. That's the number 1 fear. So the number 4 fact, the number 4 trend over the internet so far, it is the financial reset, financial collapse. Here comes the part that I call my attention. The number 3 fact of trend was the dollar devaluation. Now we all know that if Donald Trump said something, it affects one way or another the market, the international market and the national market. He does. For those who can deny the fact true, is they're just blind. Whatever he said, he actually have a immediate effect and potential effect to change the whole game. So now the number 3 fact, in the number 3 place, is the dollar devaluation. Now let me give you the number 2 fact, the number 2 trend right now over the internet and over the United States. So far, the number 2 place is the gold back standard. I was shocked. People are now saying that they need to go back to the gold back standard. And I wonder why people are basically, saying that. Because it's basically over 100,000 people are saying the same thing, right? So I got a news here. And I tried to find it. Because it just caught my attention as I did some research about it. And Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This is on geopolitics news. It says, the star of BRICS. BRICS is basically the other World Bank. You know, united by Russia, India, and all those countries of which they're not on top of my head. It says, star of BRICS, gold-backed trade, pushing deep state desperation at all-time high. So if we see this in the news, obviously the price and the value of the gold will skyrocket very soon. I posted a Facebook Live and I told everyone that was on my Facebook page that you need to get involved with gold and precious metals. This can, one day before my contacts told me that. As you can see, I'm a step ahead. It's all over the news now. They are pushing for the gold to be the gold standard all over the world. And the gold value will go skyrocket. So you need to get involved with precious metals. If you want to generate huge amounts of money, you need to get involved with precious metals. That's gold and silver. There's ways you can save gold, and I also mention it in my Facebook page. If you want to be joined my Facebook page, it is basically very easy. It is Facebook/The Fake News Show. And you'll see my icon with this. There's a newspaper. And the newspaper says, that's my icon, says social media taking over the world. That's my newspaper. So you can actually find me easily over the Facebook. So that's the number 2. The number 2 trend. And let me give you the number 1 trend right now. The biggest fear in the world right now. And it has a lot of sense. Because the media, although they have covered it, this shows 100% what I've been telling you all this time. People do not believe in the media. People believe in whatever they read in Facebook and the social media, Twitter, over the internet. They don't believe the original media on TV. They don't. And that's what they don't want to admit. So let me give you the number 1 fear right now. The number 1 consciousness. It is the World War III. It's logical. Everybody is feared that there will be a World War III right now. What's happening right now with North Korea and United States. What is happening right now with China. And Syria. And Russia. So that's basically telling you, confirming you that these surveys, they have totally logic. It just caught my attention so much. I spent about 2 hours talking to the guy. And it's amazing what a collective consciousness can have an impact in our reality. If you keep thinking that you're going to have a miserable life, trust me, that was exactly what's going to happen. Because your reality does not start with what you see around you. It starts within you. That is collective consciousness. Your reality needs to be and it needs to be born from within you. If you believe that you are being cursed for life, that's exactly what's going to happen. Because you just make it a reality within you. Now, for those people who are waiting for the RB, we just a miserable not even 1% of the rich right now in the entire world. I talked to the guy and I said, listen, I'm waiting for this event called the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. And he said, yes, I know about that. Why is not in your list? He said, because it's very little. The people who actually having invested in this event is very little. It's basically nothing. So I said, how many people do you think they actually invested in this event? And he said it, less than 15 million. Now you see many morons out there are telling you that there is no way will be a reevaluation or exchange because it will collapse the whole thing in the United States. That's what they've been telling you. They've been putting that in your brain. Because in their own word, the United States as a territory, as a land, is the whole world. It's basically less than 20 million people who actually invested in this. Don't count those idiots, those corrupt, or even presidents like Donald Trump and all the people who actually know in the Democratic Party that actually have dinars in their hands. Because of the trillions of millions of dinars they're probably holding right now. It has nothing to do. It's about the majority of the people. We are the most few people in the face of the world that knows about this. So therefore, we're not going to collapse anything. No way. So as you can see, these things are coming. If you put all the pieces together, that's basically what you're going to be your reality. And this actually called my attention so much that I wanted to bring it to you. The collective consciousness. Now he said something really nice. He said, between those 15 or 16 million people that are actually waiting for this event, I can guarantee you that will happen. And I said, why you say that? He said, because according to my studies, the collective thought, the collective consciousness that really get an effect in our reality are not the one that are based on fear, but based on knowledge. Bingo. We're not waiting for this event based on fear. We are waiting this event based on knowledge, based on hope, based on faith. And that will happen. So this is my show. Send me your email. Tell me what you think about it. You can email me at bennyintelrb@gmail.com. That's Benny with one N and a Y. intelrb@gmail.com. For now, I'll see you in the next edition of the Fake News Show. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye now.
Thank you for listening to The Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.